So I thought maybe y'all could just share some space with me today while I work on the finishing up this little frog Diamond Art Club painting I've been working on. It's a pretty beginner friendly one. It has like a decent amount of color blocking, a little bit of confetti, nothing majorly difficult or anything like that. I do feel like I'm ready to be done with it, so I'm trying to finish it today because I just want to move on. I know it's June and it's hot outside, but I'm really in the mood to do a Halloween project. So I just want to wrap this up so I can work on, you know, something I might enjoy a little bit more. I've been having a little bit of a difficult time, you know, with my just being injured for such a long time and not being able to work and live my life and just watching my body change so much and to a place where I don't even really recognize myself anymore. It's just been so difficult on me, and I just don't really feel like myself. I'm so used to being outside and active, and this is just awful, honestly. And I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, you know. It's just such a terrible way to exist, and it's a beautiful evening right now. I'd like to be out on a run, and I just can't do that. So, you know, but I'm lucky. I'm well loved and supported, and I have a lot of people that care about me. But it's still difficult. But I do have my distractions and things I love that are helping me get through this time. But I don't know. But I've been working more. I actually got some donations for. I've decided to call the nonprofit I'm working on Diamonds for a Better Tomorrow. So I think that's going to be a really good name for it, and it's hopeful, and it's definitely something I can be passionate about and work on, you know, while I'm continuing up my healing on this end in regards to my knee. But I've got a few more of those kits together that I'm going to take in tomorrow. A couple people were kind enough to donate a little bit toward it, so I bought a few extra things myself and threw those things in with it, and I'm excited to drop them off. The people, the therapist down at the Hope Center that I've been working with, she told me that it's really, a lot of people are really enjoying it, and it's really helpful. So I'm gonna see her tomorrow, and we're gonna work out a time to do, like, you know, just like a little interview so she can explain like what it means to people and how she feels it's benefiting the community. And I'm hoping to really get something important off the ground with it soon. But you know, we'll have to see how all that goes. And I'm so glad to be almost done with this, really. This is just been, it feels tedious, but I can't really explain why it feels tedious. I think it's just because I just feel like I'm putting a lot of the exact same, it's just yellows and greens and browns, you know, and it just feels like a little bit. I was excited to do this color palette because yellow is my favorite color, but now I'm just so sick of looking at this. I'm glad to be done with it. This isn't really one I think that I would recommend to people. I mean, it's typical Diamond Art Club quality, but I'm just not enjoying it. But maybe that has nothing to do with the piece itself and more to do with just where I'm at right now. I can't really say, but if you've done this one and you like it, let me know, because I can't tell if it's the piece or me. But this is actually the first one I've done with an animal on it, so that's kind of a cool thing, I think. So this is my Diamond Art Club pen that I'm using. It's the double twisted side. I really like it. But the one I like even more than this one is this one I bought from an Etsy seller privately, and I don't think I paid a lot. It was on sale. It's called Sunken Treasure. I wish I could remember the name of the seller on the shop. If I can find it again, I'll put it down in the description if you think you might be interested. But this is the Diamond Art Club, the citrus pen, and then my little Diamond Art Club twist on multi-placers. I love this pen. I love those multi-placers. But this is the tiny little pen. It's a micro pen. I've forgotten the name of the seller, and my Diamond Art Club placers fit on it. I had to stick with her placer because I don't have a push-in placer. I only have a twist-on placer. But it's incredible. I really, really love it. It's super light. It's tiny. It fits my hands perfectly. I just really, really enjoy this pen. It's definitely improved my experience, which is so funny because I loved it when I loved diamond painting when I was doing the budget kits. And now that I've upgraded so many things, like it's even better. I've upgraded the quality of the kits I'm doing. I've upgraded my pens and my multi-placers and my wax, and I just love it so much. And I'm still super in love with the cat eared trays. I can't. They're anti-static. They're so incredible. The anti-static part is the best part, but I love this like shimmer finish on the trays. It's just incredible. So definitely, if you're in the market for trays, go with cat eared, because it's just, you just put them right in. And this is the larger ones, you know, you put them right in there. It's awesome. Actually, this is the one I think that I just spilled all over my bed. And I had one of those diamond vacuums, so I was like, okay, Michelle, don't get disgruntled. Like, you have a vacuum, so this won't be a problem to fix. But the vacuum, it just didn't work. It didn't suck up the diamonds, and so I ended up having to try to scoop them off of the sheet on my bed, which is a pain in the neck. I did not like doing that. And so I left a lot of them, like, you know, just into the trash or on the floor that I'll have to vacuum up. But I don't know if it's gonna, I pressed too hard on that one. I tend to be a light placer, but sometimes I'll find myself pressing hard, and I'm not really quite sure why. But I'm doing this one as a light place on that one. So I finally came across this fella today that does WIP and chats, and he has a job, and he's probably the first person I've seen with a customer service industry job, and male at that, because you know there aren't a lot of men making videos. But and he was doing a WIP and chat, and he was talking a little bit about work, and I was like, this is so interesting. I wish more people with jobs would just talk about their work and like just change the names of your coworkers, and then the stories would be so interesting, because I always want to know what's going on, especially at places like that, because you know it's juicy, like who's sleeping with who's doing you know, it just makes it so entertaining. It's like reality television, except reality storytelling, you know. So anyway, I just think that's exciting, and I hope, I suggested it in his comments, so I really do hope he'll take that little piece of advice I gave him and move forward with it, because he's still building his channel. I think he only has like 200 subscribers right now, and I thought, if you started telling these stories, you know, about work and giving us the tea, giving us the drama like that, I bet your subscriber count would really just like skyrocket, you know. I would do that, but I'm not at work right now, and I ain't really got any drama that ain't involving me, and it's mostly, am I ever going to get to work again? Will they ever invite me back? You know, that's most of what my work drama is, you know. But we'll see, you know. We'll see. But if I did get another job, I would probably want to talk about like, you know, my coworkers and stuff, and just change their names, and you know, make the stories real interesting, because some jobs are just like, especially those kind of jobs where you're in customer service, you're working at a fast food place, and I just think, you know, you end up with the best stories, you know, because everybody's into something, you know. So it'll just be real interesting. I'm pressing hard again. Maybe I need to change my wax, but I feel like I just changed this wax out, but I find that I can really mess it up again. So I bought one of those like extra large bundle kits from one of those online, one of those Etsy sellers. She's really popular. She sells like the bundle wax and putty kits, and she's really sweet. I left her a great review, and I really like them. I really love the wax, and I haven't tried the putty, but there was one thing that I thought that she gave me that I thought was a wax, but now I'm wondering if it might be a putty, and that's why I'm not using it right. It's just so squishy, and I've put it in the refrigerator. I've tried so many things with it, but it smells incredible, and I really would like to, let me show it to y'all, and maybe one of y'all might know. I put it in a cat ear, because she just stuck it in a little plastic bag. It was like a free gift that she had given me. And she put it into a little plastic bag, and I put it into one of those cat-eared wax containers. But this is it. I think the scent is serendipity, but it smells so good. But can you tell, is that a wax or a putty, or what is that? I really just cannot tell. But I mean, I don't even know if anybody watches my videos to tell me what that is. But if you are watching my video and you do know if that's a wax or a putty, please tell me, because I don't know, and I am very curious, because it smells so good. I would like to use it, but I can't seem to get it to work in pretty much any situation. No matter what I do to it, I'll get it dirty. I'll try a lot, and then I have been putting it in my single placer, just thinking, oh well, I'll just use it in my single placer. But I run out of it real fast. Like it just, and you know, usually like if I fill my placers up, that wax will last a long time, at least a couple of days. So, but I ran out of it in my single placer like really quick, in like 30 minutes, and I just don't want to be refilling my wax every 30 seconds in my single placer. That feels, you know, really unnecessary. So let me know if you know what it is and like how I can use it to make it work well, because I really don't think it's the quality of her product, because the other waxes I bought from her, they're incredible. And I haven't tried the putty yet that she sent me, but it's definitely a firmer consistency than that. So I don't know. I just kind of bounce around according to whatever placer I'm using. I don't know what y'all do in that regard. I'm just switching back and forth between these two pens. God, I'm so low. I'm just so bummed and just sad, and I just don't know. I don't know what to do with myself. I went to the physical therapist the other day for my for, you know, just another session with them, and I hadn't talked to another person in so long that when I got there, I just could not stop talking. I was just talking and talking to anybody who would listen, and like a few people I could tell they found it really endearing and charming. But then also I just thought, I gotta do it, because you know, it's just the worst right now, this feeling of being too much for somebody, you know. I'm too much for myself. I don't even know myself anymore. I just feel like, who am I, you know? I have really bad anxiety. I don't, it's not a secret, you know. I have really pretty debilitating anxiety, and my psychiatrist put me on Prozac for it, and it worked for a while, but then I got that serotonin syndrome, and so I had to stop taking it. And I'm afraid to take anything for it now, because it's I can still function for the most part, but I am pretty afraid to take anything now for it. But also I still feel like I maybe need something, so I don't really know what to do with that feeling. I'm gonna see my therapist tomorrow, and you know, we'll probably talk about all this stuff, and then I'll go and see my psychiatrist, and she'll probably have me talk to her about it too. But I don't know, I just feel like I'm just kind of, I know my psychiatrist, she always wants to put me on something again, and I'm just afraid to be put on anything. I just don't want to be put on nothing right now. But also I want to be on something. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna play out for me ultimately, I guess. I ordered another Diamond Art Club pen. It'll be here. You know, their pens aren't that expensive and they're nice. I like these little ones. I'm not fond of the bigger ones, not really. So, but I do like these little ones a lot. So I'm hoping that I would really like that one seller. I looked though, and she didn't have any other micro pens available that she was selling. So I don't know if she just stopped making them because maybe there wasn't a demand for them, or if she'll make them again. But you know, I hope that she will. I'm sure I could request it, but I just don't like to. You know, I guess I don't really feel like I know quite what I want. I won't really yet. Oh goodness, there I go again. Because I had too many on my pen. I'm really going to finish this today. I'm going to hurry and finish this. This was a kit I bought on Amazon. I don't think they have this one on their website, but you know, I think they don't sell their Amazon kits on their website until later. They eventually will, but they don't do it at first. I think. I'm not really sure. But one thing I do love is how sparkly this is. I really love those little fairy dust and iridescent diamonds. Those are really incredible, beautiful. Oops. Just really hoping that I can get back to myself soon. It'll help when I can get back to moving and in the gym and just being able to work out again. You know, the crinkle of the plastic is starting to annoy me. It never bothered me before. And I knew that it bothered other people, but it wasn't bothering me. And so I was like, oh, I'm kind of lucky that paper crinkle doesn't bother me, but now it's starting to annoy me. That plastic crinkle, and I can understand why people are using that paper, the release paper now. But